What is up, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today, as you can see by the title, I'm doing something I haven't done in a very long time. Today is my return to league racing. It's been over 3 years, I'd say. Ever since my channel kind of got bigger on the YouTube or the F1 scene, I kind of stopped league racing, and I stopped really league racing for a lot of reasons, but as of late, I've kind of been missing it after all the really bad online races, the bad online experiences I've been having. I kind of miss that challenge and that I don't know, the intensity of a league race and just having a close, fair battle without getting taken out by idiots. So I thought I'd return to my roots a little bit. A lot of you guys don't see this kind of serious side of F1 racing or F1 gaming, so I thought I'd do that and possibly make this a YouTube series where I compete in a league and see how I go. So yeah, first league race in 3 years. Coming into this race, I am going to be a little bit rusty. I think I only did about 3 laps worth of practice, so I'm not going to be setting the world alight in terms of my outright pace. I've just stuck on a career mode setup and just see how I go. I ended up in 7th place on a set of mediums, so I was making sure that I got as many laps in as possible because I was still warming up to the game. I've only done about a 50% race, and that's in career mode ever since coming back from England and playing F1 2017. And I must say that 2017 is much different than 2016, so it's taken me a long time to get to this level now where I'm comfortable with the game again, and confidence and being just comfortable with the handling model and the game again is a huge factor to being quick. So here is our second lap now. This is a set on the option tyres, the soft compound tyres, of course. So we should see a pretty drastic improvement on the time that we've set at the moment. I must say that my time on the mediums was actually pretty solid. It was like an 11.8, and I felt like that would have got me inside the top 10 for the rest of the session. But it turns out it wasn't to be. A lot of the guys in this league are a lot quicker than what I possibly anticipated them to be. But at the end of this lap, we're coming to the start-finish straight again. Open the DRS, rich revs, yellow flags, but that's not going to affect our run. We go into position 3, and we carry on for another lap. I tried to improve on the current time that I set at the moment, but there was no improvement, so I just aborted that lap as we sped into the pit lane. That was it. That was the end of the session. I went out again for a final run, but I couldn't improve. I kind of bottled my last lap, so we ended up in P6. Not too bad. It was a fairly solid lap, but there was still improvements to make through a lot of corners. So heading into the race, if I can just be consistent, be fast, not make any mistakes, not get caught up in incidents, I think we can have a pretty good race. So here we go. First league race in 3 years. So here we are then on the grid of the Brazilian Grand Prix. That race strategy is a little bit fucked up, to be honest. That is a strategy we don't want to be employed for this race. I'm going to go soft, medium, throughout the entirety of this race. I do remember the strategy from career mode, so that's what I'm going to employ. Looking at the recommended tyre, the mandatory tyre, it's only the medium, so no need to run the hards. You just get understeer galore over the course of the race. So away we go for the formation lap. A lot of people taking it very slow. It's going to be quite hectic in online races because, well, it's not going to be as orderly fashion as offline AI. So that's one thing I had to get used to. Actually, driving around like this, I was actually overtaking a lot of cars, and people in the game chat were saying, "Why is Ben driving so fast? He's going to kill his tires." And I was like, really? Does the formation lap actually have that much of an impact on the tyre wear? It's not like I was driving fast anyway, but after I heard that, I was like, okay, the people in this league take tyre wear and racing very seriously, so I'm going to do the same. But here we are, at the end of the formation lap, ready for the start of the Brazilian Grand Prix. 5 red lights. Oh my god, that was a long hold on the lights, but away we go for this Brazilian Grand Prix. Fairly average start. I don't think I really lost too much time. Taking it very cautiously into turn 1. I can see visually there's a lot of lag. A Mercedes has spun off as well. Williams is on my inside. kind of went sideways. I hesitated and gave up a bit of time and a bit of track position as well. But I've moved up a place, and I haven't been taken out. In league racing, oh, there's a safety car. Wow, okay. Down to 19 runners. Someone has been KO'd in this Grand Prix. I tried to sneak a position there on the safety car as well. Didn't quite work. It's P5. I was going to say, in league racing, which is online races in general, you know, it's never really a bad thing. Even if you lose a position off the start, as long as you stay intact, keep your front wing intact, no damage, and stay in the relatively similar position, it's a good start. It really is, because online races, it's so easy to get tangled up in incidents. But safety car is about to go out now. I've edited this start of the race section very quickly. I forgot to mention that 2 people actually pitted on the safety car over the previous couple of laps. So that's interesting, considering we only had 1 lap of green flag racing. But away we go once again for this race. It's good to know that we have track position, so we can find our groove, find our rhythm quite quickly. I feel like as this race goes on, I'm only going to get quicker, because I'm going to get more used to the game. You can see at the moment I am a little bit nervous. The guys in front of me are lagging a little bit, and it must be said that the tyre wear, or not the tyre wear, the tyre temperatures were absolutely mental. They were so low, there was so little grip in the opening lap of this restart that it was just so easy to spin out. I think a couple of people down the order actually did that. Up the inside of the Force India driver, I can't really pronounce that name at the moment, but I will work on some of these names. I'm going to have to get used to it, because I will be racing these guys a lot more regularly. But heading on to lap 7 now, we get our first lap under green flag racing, essentially without traffic, and we actually go purple there. So I was quite happy to get that under my belt. Now we got to focus on chasing down the leader of Formula Fish, while still trying to keep the Force India driver behind us, without allowing him to overtake. The slipstream, I've said this many times, is very powerful, and you're going to notice it more in online races, especially in close ones like this. So very important to break the slipstream, try and weave on straights if you can, where safe. That is a big important point to make. Try and weave without endangering other drivers. But lap 8 now, because of the safety car, we've extended our tyre stints by a few laps, and this is going to help me on my strategy on the mediums for the rest of this Grand Prix. So into the pits now. I've managed to react at the exact same time as the race leader here, so hopefully we can get out in front of the Renault driver. But
Yes, he's been held.
no,
Yeah.
wasn't to be. We got held up by the Williams, so a little bit frustrating to give up a couple seconds there. We're just going to have to work on that over the course of the next stint. Now, rejoining here, there were a few cars who stopped under safety car and put on mediums, put on the hard tyres. So this phase of the race here is going to be very interesting, because myself and Formula Fish on the same strategy, we've got to work through the traffic and get to the front while negotiating these guys, try not to get taken out. Here we go, slipstream on pumps for the win. We've seen this guy in my open lobbies. I've seen a lot of these guys in my open lobbies in the past, so they're fairly clean races, these guys. Oh, safety car.
Safety car.
Okay. Well, that wasn't needed. That definitely wasn't needed at this phase of the race. That's definitely going to bring the field much closer. We were just starting to penetrate through the field, and then that has completely changed everything. So, yeah, a little bit annoying. Like I was going to say, guys, a lot of the people in this league are people I've raced with in the past. They're fairly quick. They're fairly clean, apart from, well, Conrad Strait, who, I don't know what that was. I don't know if he saw me there. Kind of sideswiped me, but lap 11, still under safety car. Conrad decides to make a pit stop. A few cars who were in front of me on the hard tyres decided to make a stop as well. So those guys, I'd have to imagine, would be fairly quick at the back end of this Grand Prix. No! Lost a bit of our front wing. That is definitely not what I needed as we were restarting this Grand Prix. Away we go for green flag racing once again for this Brazilian Grand Prix. And I have lost a chunk of my front wing. That is not what I needed. That is definitely not what I needed. That's going to cost me 4 or 5 tenths, maybe more, over the course of every lap.
What is this flag?
And in a competitive league like this, it is really going to cost you. Into turn 4 now. Formula Fish is lagging quite a bit. I will say that the safety cars really brought in a lot of lag for some reason. Around the outside of Formula Fish, the guy who were effectively battling for the lead. of this Brazilian Grand Prix. We get around the outside of him. He's up there inside again. But I think we've cleared him. Can we... No, I had a little look at IPSWICH there, but couldn't really make anything work. Again, I don't know if that's lag or if he's just going really conservatively into that corner because he's on older tyres. But, yeah, what a crazy race already. We're only halfway through and this has just been mental. I don't know what to do now. We got part of a broken front wing. People are on different strategies. We go up the inside of IPSWICH and there we go, on the podium once again. So this next part of the race is going to be very interesting. We've got to close in the guys on the hard compound tyres with a broken front wing, while at the same time managing a little bit of lag. I will say that Brock Does Stuff here is one of the laggier drivers in this lobby that I experienced today. So you'll see over the next few... Yeah, there you go, right there. He started lagging back and then he reappeared about 2 seconds up the road. So if he's going to be deploying a lag car on me, this is not going to help my standing in this race. Around the outside, is this a lag car? Oh, we've been spun. Yeah, it's a lag car. We've been spun by a lag car. That's really overheated my tyres and got me pretty pissed off. This is not what we need at this phase of the Grand Prix. We're the effective race leader here on the ideal strategy, but I can't get around this laggy car because he just keeps lagging back and taking me out and making me want to hold back. He's run wide again. I don't know if he's legitimately run wide or what, but I'm going to overtake him as if it is for position. Yeah. So annoying. It's so annoying when you're trying to race somebody who you think you're actually racing, but you just can't get anywhere near them because their laggy car is doing all the defending for them. So, what can you do? And oh no. Oh no. We've been spun out. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. We were set for this race. We were honestly looking very good for the race win. Lost a bit of our front wing. Then got to Brock Does Stuff. Lost all that time. Overheated the tyres. And then got spun out.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Man, that really sucks. But we've got to carry on. We can still get a good result. We can still get inside the top 5. We just got to keep moving forward. Around the outside of DJR right here on the start-finish straight. We might even get the McLaren driver as well. Right up the inside. Inside front locked up. I squeezed between two cars and was on the absolute limit for braking adhesion. But we got the move done. That was very impressive. Very happy to get that under my belt. And now we've got to defend from DJR, who got a much better exit versus what I did through the center S's. And I think we might just about hold on to third place, the position we were originally in before we got spun out. We're gonna have to go defensive into this fast right-hander, but we've just held on. We're still driving with a broken front wing, I will say, so the potential is still yet to be unlocked in this race. Feels like I'm driving with one hand tied behind my back at the moment, but we're coming into the pits now. A slightly early pit stop. We're staying out. I decided to stay out for an extra lap just to make sure that I had fresher tyres for the back end of the Grand Prix, just in case there was that safety car or something like that, so that I had a little bit of firepower to play with for the back end of the Grand Prix. We are going to change the front wing. It's going to cost us a few seconds, but I think overall it's going to be worth it. There's still 13 laps left, so that's going to save us a bit of time through the middle sector in those high-speed corners. So it's definitely worth it. We're going to rejoin, I think, still inside the top 5 effectively. Once everyone makes their stop, we're still going to be battling the likes of DJR and Fitcho, I believe, for possibly a spot on the podium. We'll have to wait and see. We're going to have to drive really well from here on in to recover that ground that we lost in the midpoint of this race. So lap 25 now, we're coming to the end of the stint for a lot of the hard compound tyre runners. They're going to go onto the mediums or possibly even stretch it out and go onto the softs. So we'll see how this goes. We've caught up to the back of Decided Soggy, and he's on older tyres. So this should be a fairly easy overtake. He actually pulls into the pit lane, gives us DRS. So thanks for that, pal. I'll take that as we go purple. 12.3. Again, when we have clean air, fresh tyres, we're able to display the kind of pace that we have. It's just a little bit annoying that we have these setbacks, but that's racing. You fully got to expect that when you come into a league, and I'll embrace it with arms wide open. But it's been a very exciting race so far, and that's all I could really ask for at this stage. Lap 27, coming on to 28, we are now closing in on Brock Does Stuff once again. But this time it doesn't look like he's lagging, so hopefully we can have a nice clean battle with Brock for a spot on the podium. That would be very nice. Looks like we're fighting for second place in this Brazilian Grand Prix now. Someone else... Oh, no!
What happened to you again, Jason?
I can't believe that. I can't believe I have knocked the front wing again. And that one was probably my fault. Probably ranging in a bit too fast. We got the inside of Brock, and now this was not meant to be an overtake. But we are going up the inside of DJR there. Round the outside through the center S's. And now we're into second place in the Ferrari with 8 laps to go in this Brazilian Grand Prix with a broken front wing. We've got to fight really hard to hold on to this position now. We have the pace, but I'm not so sure with a broken front wing. We'll have to wait and see. Tyre wear starting to come into it now, as I believe I might have older tyres than these guys. I'm not entirely sure, actually. I'll get back to you on that, but either way, chasing DJR. As soon as we get the slipstream, as soon as we get some DRS, I think the overtake will be on, going on the start-finish straight into turn 1. That's been a very popular overtaking spot for me in this race so far. I don't think I've overtaken anyone else apart from that particular corner. So we've got to set it up. We've got to get a nice exit here. Third gear, smooth on the power, rich revs, and stay in the slipstream. Wherever he moves his car, you make sure you follow as well, so that you get that additional straight line speed boost. Open the DRS. He's not got the best straight line speed here. Might be running a bit more aero than I am. Up the inside and into P2. I was actually very surprised at the amount of overtaking I was able to do on that start-finish straight, because I'm running with 7.6 wings, whereas I heard other people running like 5.4 wings. So I don't know how I'm actually competing in a straight line here, but we will carry on. DJR has actually got back in front of me again. Probably ran he actually got a better exit off the center S's, to be fair. But now we've got a better exit off of turn 4. Around the outside into the double right-hander. I will take that. We got the track position. We turned in. Just turned in despite what the consequences might be, and we got the move done. So from here on in, with 5 laps to go in this Brazilian Grand Prix, we've just got to hold on. Try and break the slipstream. Try not to make any mistakes. Get really nice exits off of those crucial corners. The center S is being one of them, and of course the final corner. And we should hold on for second place in this race. And it will be a very nice recovery. There's a couple of cars who have gone off. Oh dear. Oh no. One of them has taken out Brock. And oh man, he would be absolutely raging to make it within a few laps of the end, to be taken out by lag or laggy cars or lap down cars. I think the guy who actually took him out paused the game and was trying to sort something out. So that's very unfortunate. Last lap now of this Brazilian Grand Prix, and this is one of the last chances for DJR to get back in front of me. And as we range into turn 4, that opportunity is now lost. So we just got to hold on now through the final corner. And, you know, to be honest, it is very hard to make an overtake before you get to the line. So I think we will hold on here and finish second in our debut league race in over 3 years. Considering the circumstances and what happened, I will take that. Second place is a great result today. So there we go, guys. That has been the Brazilian Grand Prix. Hopefully you enjoyed this race. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash your like button. Your support will ultimately determine whether this goes ahead as a series. I really want to do league racing, and I hope it's received well by the videos that I might potentially make. In terms of this race, very exciting. So many overtakes. A shame about the lag that happened after the safety cars, which really put to bed any chances I had of winning the race. I myself didn't drive perfectly. Those times where I lost the front wing, I'd say were my fault, and I've got to be more careful going forward. We're not racing against AI anymore. These guys are going to be much more unpredictable to race against, so you just got to be a little bit more cautious heading into corners. Really protect your car like your life depends on it. So I'll learn from that. Heading into the final race in Abu Dhabi. I'm only a reserve driver, so I'm only stepping in here just to see what it's like as a tester. Next season, I might sign up full time and see how that goes. I think the league is currently splitting into 2 different lobbies, one with no assist and one with full assists on. I'll be in the top tier with assists off, so I'll see how that goes. I think I'll leave a link to the website down in the description. I think they need some more members to join up. I think this might be only for Australians, but if you're interested, if you have Xbox, I don't know, consider it, because I had a lot of fun and I think I might be doing more of this in the future. So again, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys for a brand new video very soon.